Are dermal fillers dangerous? Hello, I'm Dr. Paul Cronin. I'm from Eternal Youth Clinic. I've been working in aesthetic medicine for over 20 years and a fully qualified doctor for over 35 years. Today I'm going to tell you whether or not I believe dermal fillers are dangerous. But before then, I'd like to mention that I've also produced a little information leaflet on top 10 tips to look after your skin. This is available for free. All you have to do is click the link in the description below, and they will basically deliver it to you. I'll send, give me your email and I'll send it to you for free. Anyhow, first and foremost, are dermal fillers dangerous? Well, let's separate that into several different things of dermal fillers. First and foremost, dermal fillers have been used, and some form of dermal filler has been used for plenty of years. So, are dermal fillers dangerous? Well, the truth is, in the right hands they're not, and in the wrong hands they might be. I think that's the simplest and most effective way to say that. But let's just define what we believe to mean are dermal fillers. We have been injecting things into the skin to improve appearances for probably close on 100 years. People have used fat transfer and all sorts of things to try and improve shape and contour and facial features. But we're not actually talking about dermal fillers, the current production of dermal fillers, and most of those have been around for some 25, 30 plus years. And the main ones nowadays are what are called hyaluronic acids. Now, people don't like the term hyaluronic acid because it says acid in it, but hyaluronic acid is a natural component of your skin. So at the end of the day, you contain a whole load of hyaluronic acid already. So the product isn't inherently dangerous, which is one of the reasons why it's deregulated, and therein lies the problem. The product itself is not dangerous. It's the application of the product that might be an issue, and therefore you need to be aware that it needs to be done correctly and at the right place and the right depth and the right volumes. And done incorrectly, you absolutely can have some major issues. So what kind of issues can you have? So the main issues are involved primarily with incorrect injection. The product itself is perfectly safe, but putting the product in the wrong place or the wrong volume or at the wrong degree of pressure can certainly cause issues. And the main issue it creates or can create is a reduction in blood supply to an area of skin. So if you squeeze an artery in the face by putting too much pressure right next to it, you can interfere with the blood supply to a particular part of the skin, and you can kill that skin. But there have been, especially around the nose area, improper placement of too much product can reduce blood supply to the nose. And yes, we've had people who've had necrotic skin loss of skin around the nose. So there are particular areas of the face where these blood vessels are more of an issue, and particular areas of the face where they're not. And therefore it's really important that the person injecting you understands facial anatomy, and not just a little bit, but really, really intensely well, because what we're talking about is exactly where the nerves and arteries and blood flow and circulation around the face occur. And if you know those intimately well, then you can make sure you don't inject in the wrong area, or when you do inject in that area, you inject very delicately and gently to make sure you don't cause any issues. So that's the main problem. The main issue with the product is not the product, it's who put it in. Therefore, you need to make sure you get it done by somebody who's not only appropriately qualified, but appropriately experienced, to make sure that basically, if any problems do occur, they can in fact fix those problems themselves. And that's a very, very important part of the dermal fillers. So having said that, having frightened you, let me tell you that dermal fillers are incredibly safe, and used correctly have almost no problems whatsoever. You certainly can risk a bit of bruising, and it certainly can be a little bit uncomfortable. But in most cases, for most treatments, most of the time, there really aren't any substantial problems with dermal fillers, which is one of the reasons why even inappropriate people can get away with doing it for a while. So even some people who shouldn't be doing it can apparently get away with doing, not so good treatments for a long time without getting a really serious problem. The difficulty is if they get a serious problem, what are they going to do about it, and can they fix it for you? So that is definitely something you need to consider. But just to recap, the fact is the product itself is inherently safe. You already contain enormous amounts of hyaluronic acid in your skin. Something of the order of 65% of the upper layer of your skin is hyaluronic acid. So despite the word, that's a perfectly normal component of skin. And therefore you really shouldn't worry about that. And done correctly in the right hands, they can be very effective at improving facial features, replacing lost mid-facial volume, and enhancing overall rejuvenation. So that they are very, 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 very good products done correctly. So, just to recap, it's not the product, it's the person giving the product that causes the problems. Now, that doesn't mean that bruising, for example, anybody can create bruising. You stick enough needles in people and they will get bruising. And certainly some areas swell more than others. So, for example, the lips particularly can swell quite a lot, certainly for the first 2 or 3 days. And therefore, again, that's not a major serious issue. But serious issues can occur, and if they do occur, they need to be fixed, and they need to be fixed relatively quickly. So make sure that whoever you go to see can fix those things. And yeah, that's dermal fillers. I personally don't believe that they're dangerous, but only when used properly by properly qualified people and experienced people. They are very, very safe. So that's good. So hopefully that reassures you. Now, before we go, I'd just like to re-mention about the top 10 tips for skin health, which we have available for free. You just give us your email in the link below, and we will email it to you. It's just a general leaflet looking at 10 simple ways you can improve your skin health. And the important point about looking better is to make the skin healthier and then it looks better, rather than simply painting over the cracks. So it's an important inherent part of my philosophy is to make sure that what we're doing is improving skin health, improving your health, facial health, skin health, before we make it better. It looks better because it's healthier. If you like these kind of tips, if you find this useful, if you like my presentational skills, and I'm still getting good at it, better at it every day. But yes, if you like these tips, if you like this kind of thing, please remember to comment in the box below, in the tick box below, the little like thing, and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be doing a lot more of these videos in the future, so hopefully that'd be a good idea for you. Thank you very much for your time. Have a lovely day.